How do you think, though, a loss like the one against Zamalek, where it to a certain extent, you can say that it killed any chance of us getting a trophy this season? How do you think it affects the team going forward, and do you think it will destabilize them in their remaining games for the league going forward?
Okay, personally, I don't like level let's Chiefs. I don't think it's stable, so it can't be destabilized. High stable. It's critical. One time, like, Kaizer Chiefs, because now they have the players. We're not gonna say they don't have the players. We have the players. We have Bomayo. We have quality. Mara, it's not showing. We need another coach. I don't know, someone like that coach who even go Manchester United and use the same players and then we need something like that, because now the problem I can see it's not the players. I don't know what it is, but it's not the players.
So
Action!
It's my brother. It's to everyone at home.
Yeah. As well.
How you doing, dog? How you doing, bro?
I can
imagine. I can imagine why you're so happy. A lot has happened.
I'm happy
these past few days, eh?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I get happy. Pirates are jail. Pirates dropping the points. Yeah. So manje, it's interesting. It's looking very. One talent.
So man, I'm happy to hear that. Let's zone in a bit more on that game. How do you feel about? I mean, you've obviously shared that you're happy, but why are you so happy about Pirates dropping points, my guy?
Yeah, I gotta go on a brag and kill Chiefs. So if Pirates can win number one, they're gonna extend the advantage and the gap. So now that they lost, the gap is reduced. Once Sundowns can catch up. Like top four, LA is looking very interesting. To the point, we can actually win this thing. If Bangladesh side
And I can imagine how for anyone who's not supporting obviously Chiefs, Pirates or Sundowns, how nice it is to see a bit of competition in the league without having that thing of 8 Pirates are set to make sure they're winning the league. At least we know it's not going to be an easy challenge, an easy one for them to actually get through to the league.
And also it's nice because there's no Sundowns dominance this season. I want to say, hey, Sundowns has a 13-point gap, or hey, Sundowns or hey, Pirate. No, we will see until the last game, or no. Who's winning?
What do you think, though, in terms of the Sundowns, a team which has obviously been going through a mixed season? Supporters are not happy with the coach. They're not happy with the way that they are playing. But they've somewhat managed to not only make it through Willow Kanj in the Champions League, but also they've come now and beat the log leaders. So what do you make of that in terms of the Sundowns going forward? Do you think it's that boost which will possibly now push them to show them the Sundowns that we've always been seeing these past seasons, or you just think it's one of those one-nyana, two-nyana games where they win and then they might go back to default settings in terms of this season is concerned?
Yeah, I would just say hopeful. I won't say they've turned the tide or things are different, things have changed. No, it was big games. Something had to come out. It's not the thing of now sometimes it's back. No, it was a do or die in the CAF. They had to win. Even if the coach says, no, play like this, they had to decide, today we are not listening to the coach. We can play our way and win. Next game, we are playing against Pirate. It's like the derby, that one. Whether you're on form or you're not on form, that game is just big on its own. So we don't know. We'll see in the next game with a smaller team.
So are you essentially saying that we can't put we can't focus too much on the results of these past few games and say that Cardoso, there's a chance that things can get better under him. But you're saying that because of the magnitude and the type of games that they were, obviously we rate how they played, but the jury's still basically out on Cardoso going forward and the other teams that they're going to play going forward.
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of work that has to be done in terms of Mamelodi Sundowns. Because even though they are winning, the fans are still complaining. The players the selection that he makes, it's still questionable. So it's not like things have changed. It's just that they have a little striker also, if you think about it. Because now they can score. That even to yesterday's game, they didn't create a lot of chances. But the chances that they created, they scored.
But big game players, though, do you not think that yesterday showed, even with all that's going on in Sundowns, how buying quality players just does so much for the team? Because yesterday, I think what we saw ultimately was Sundowns just showing its quality against the Pirates, where they've got good players. Some are up and coming, some are, you know what I'm saying, but against a team which has done it so much and on a regular basis, they kind of showed what as in these are the guys who we actually still need to live up to, even though we are first on the log.
Yeah. I feel like Sundowns was dishing out lessons yesterday. They were showing Hoguti. Even though you're on form now, we have the quality. Class is permanent. And the class even it will expose at the right moment. You see, this was a game where it's like a wake-up call for Orlando Pirates. Okay, we are on fire. We're on form. But the bigger teams always humble us. So now it's like back to the drawing board. Now you have to think, okay, sharp. What did we do wrong against Sundowns? I know. I can name a few things. The midfield, Makaula, Lenom Tangela. They were playing with Bosipombule, Bombata, all these games. Ufika Sundowns with a Hugo Brusco, Bafana. You ufaka batho ba ileng gore ba so dala game yana tse one time, and then you expect them to play against Sundowns. They just won against Rubulani Mokoena last weekend. That's basically what was the outcome in the because it doesn't make sense. Benching, like how do you put quality players on the bench when you're playing against a quality team? Doesn't make sense for me personally.
I hear you. So in terms of the Pirates again itself, this result, do you think outside of it changing the dynamics in terms of points, but do you think it will affect them in terms of their end goal come end of the season? Do you think this is where we start seeing them crumbling down? Or do you think it's just one setback and after this, I think they'll pick themselves up and we'll possibly see them moving again the way that we've been seeing them throughout the season?
Yeah, I think with Pirates, I think we don't have a lot to worry about. I feel like Pirates, this was a wake-up call. They needed a wake-up call eventually. They were supposed to get something like, hey, are you ready? Like, are you really ready to win the league? And it's nice that they got the wake-up call as early as it is. Like, at this point in time, they still have a lot of games to play. Now they can switch on and realize, in order to be the champions, you can't say you don't have to beat the champions to be the champion. You have to beat the champions to be the champion. There's nothing like that. Now, a wake-up call, because even if they can beat Richards Bay, as long as Papala go better Sundowns, then they're not ready.
They're not ready.
They're not ready.
I hear you. And obviously they've got another big game coming up in the league. After this, it's our very own Love and Peace. Guys are Chiefs. So how do you view that? And if they drop points in that game, do you still believe that they can still do it, or do you think it will change your opinion of what you're thinking right now?
So if they lose against Chiefs,
yes.
If Pirates loses against Chiefs, it's chai.
I think it's chai.
It's chai.
You don't see them fighting, because I mean, if they do lose and let's just say Sundowns wins, they'll be equal on points. It might be a goal difference type of situation, but they've still got a lot to fight for, in a sense that, I mean, if you're equal on points, at some stage you'd expect that Sundowns now will drop 1 or 2 points. You don't think that they they have it in them to see those two dips, this one and possibly one against Chiefs, and then go back to killing everyone in front of them after that.
With the Chiefs one. that one, after losing the Soweto Derby, the Soweto Derby is like a mental game.
Sure.
If you are bad on form and you win the Soweto Derby, you're going to win your games after that. But if you were good on form and you lose the Soweto Derby, look at your form after that. So
sure.
If they lose the Soweto Derby, then their form is charred.
You think it'll
it's
demoralize
them? It's going to demoralize them. Because now I feel like they're also exposed with that defender that they let go. Yeah.
Sure.
It's showing they're lacking leadership there at the back.
At the back,
yeah, it's already is like -1. Okay, sharp.
Yeah.
They haven't adjusted to that. It's showing.
They haven't replaced him as well.
They haven't replaced him. They haven't adjusted. So it's showing. That's number one. Then number two, now if you lose to Chiefs, now it's like. Now it's like, okay, Sundowns, they can say, Sundowns, one time.
Sundowns is Sundowns.
Like, you can even say, the past, there's nothing you can do about that. Now, Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs, they joke about Gavin Hunt, they joke about Mamang. Pirates. Then I know that it's going to affect them.
No, and seeing that you're already on the topic of the Soweto Derby, let's go to Pirates' neighbors, the Kaizer Chiefs. Obviously, we've seen how they performed in the last game against the Zamalek. Just a few, maybe, essentially opinion on that game. I mean, we won 10 points prior to the game. First point required a draw or a win. What do you think? And do you think it just shows the mentality of the team that we actually could not see out that win that we should have gotten against the Zamalek?
Yeah, I feel like also even in that game, we were lacking leadership. We went to that game without Miguel, that number 84. Also Aiden McCarthy, the person who made sure that we get those points. Because remember, he was scoring the goals, right? So now the problem started there. Arna leadership, Comrade. The people that were keeping clean sheets all this time.
And you move them for a big game.
Sure. Then how are you expecting now people to keep defensive lines there? Where it's but the clean sheet now it's a new defense, but now it's a crucial game. New defense, a crucial game.
So then would you essentially say that our coaches got it wrong for that game?
Yeah, our coaches they got it wrong. Because remember, we didn't even need to win the game.
Sure.
So it was fine if that day they went with 9 defenders. We were not going to complain. You understand?
Yeah.
It's fine. The way you're playing, play that same way. That's the way you're winning. Pack the pass at the back and then we play.
Score that one goal. And if you do score and then you just close shop and make sure you're disciplined.
It's the same way they've been doing it. Now, lapse of concentration, goal. Another one, goal. And then we try coming back, but it's too late.
How do you think, though, a loss like the one against the Zamalek, where it to a certain extent, you can say that it killed any chance of us getting a trophy this season. How do you think it affects the team going forward, and do you think it will destabilize them in their remaining games for the league going forward?
Okay, personally, I don't like level Chiefs. I don't think it's stable, so it can't be destabilized. It's critical. Kaizer Chiefs, because now they have the players. We're not gonna say they don't have the players. We have the players. We have Bomayo. We have quality. Mara, it's not showing. We need another coach. I don't know, someone like that coach who even go Manchester United and use the same players and then we need something like that, because now the problem I can see it's not the players. I don't know what it is, but it's not the players.
So then if you say it's not the players, and then we're watching the football we're playing, do you not think it's a problem in terms of communication between coaches, that they're unable to get their ideas across to the players? Or maybe even the players are hearing the coaches, but they're just not doing what the coaches are doing.
So you think the players, they don't want the coach?
I'm just trying to look at it from different perspectives.
Yeah, it could also be where the players don't want the coaches. Because now it's tough to tell. Because the players, they have the ability. You can tell. Like these ones, they can score when they want to.
Sure.
They can play. I mean, Chiefs sometimes it plays for 20 minutes, then they don't play. But that 20 minutes, you can see they are doing something, and then after more,
But how do you then blame it on the coaches when, let's just say, our past few games, outside of this Amalek, we've found ourselves in spaces where we could be scoring, and whenever we're faced with those opportunities, we fail to convert. What more is a coach supposed to do when you're given a one-on-one with the keeper? And ultimately, if you look at it, it's the attackers who are supposed to score. So what more are our coaches supposed to do to change our fortune from missing one-on-ones to actually scoring? Because, I mean, if we're able to get into those type of positions, it means that something's happening.
Something is cooking.
You know, so what is it that they need to tweak or change? Or what do you, like for them to actually get those goals? Or do you think it's a player problem where when they are faced with one-on-one, people get scared? And they think, oh, if I miss this, the crowd is going to start.
It can also be that because also Chiefs is a big team and get mind. So now you're thinking, maybe before you even take that shot, there's 1,000 thoughts that come to your head. And then
sure.
You know, we fumbles or we screw underline. It happens. It happens to big players. Even Cole Palmer can tell you it once happened 2 weeks back.
In front of
the post.
Sure.
No one. So you see,
ball,
it's a thing that it happens to most of the players. With Kaizer Chiefs,
it's happening too much.
It's happening too much.
You know. And with that being said, with you saying that obviously Chiefs is in a critical condition right now, how do you see us then going in terms of us moving forward this season? We're obviously around 4th place, but we've got 2 or 3 games on hand against the team which is in 3rd place. Do you see us at the end of the season being in the top 4? Top 3, top 4?
Yeah, I could say top 3. Like, we can fight for that top 3. If Baga buys by 2, we can take the league. But we can fight for top 3.
Sure. So you've got enough confidence in the team to...
Yeah, I mean, that's the best they can do for us this season. We really we didn't qualify for MTN 8, got knocked out of Carling Cup by Stellenbosch, got knocked out of not Bank by Stellenbosch again. And you're playing Stellenbosch now.
Yeah.
We got knocked out of Confed by Zamalek. Now I'm not gonna say we're left with 1 cup. We are just left with at least a qualification.
So fighting for pride and just to make sure that at least we're able to compete again.
Next season. At least we can compete for all trophies. We can compete. MTN 8, Carling, Nedbank, League, and whichever. But I prefer Confed because we're not ready for Champions League.
We will be too much exposed.
Did you see the teams that side?
Hey, dog.
That side is going down. That side, there's no time for... Even the smaller teams are awake now.
Sure.
That side is bad.
It's tricky.
It's tricky.
So Njebot is tricky. Touching on now our 3rd team, we've obviously already touched on them and how they beat the Pirates.
Yeah.
But going back to Champions League, they've done enough to make it to the knockout phases. Do you think now that they've made it to the knockout phases, they can sustain some form of challenge? Or do you think that they'll still be humbled somewhere along the line?
Okay, the next match is against Stade Malien, the three La Costas.
Sure.
Did you see their page?
Sure.
There's three La Costas. La Costas 3.
Sure.
So, okay, with that one, I feel like that one they're gonna win.
They can do something.
They can do something. The team from Mali. They can. I don't know, quarterfinal. As long as they can beat them here at home and avoid losing away,
that side,
we are fine. Mara semi-final, you are gonna be playing either Al Ahly or Esperance, and you know what happens. Either of those 2 teams, it's always tricky.
Tricky, sure, but you don't think because of Sundowns being Sundowns, at least those are teams which both also respect and have a bit of fear towards something. I mean, it's not like Al Ahly playing the Chiefs.
I mean,
they know that it's not a game where they can just come in thinking we're definitely going to win. They have to respect us. They know how the Sundowns plays whenever it's at home. They know that Sundowns can also win if necessary away. So, as competitive as it is, do you think Al Ahly and Esperance are in a position now in their respectively? Do you think they're in a position to actually challenge the Sundowns?
Yeah, I feel like Sundowns has never really beaten Esperance convincingly.
Sure.
So they can't really say we respect them. Even that coach, they took him from Esperance because they failed to
he was giving them
they failed to
lashings.
beat one time. And he also failed to beat his former team himself.
Sure.
Because that's how good Esperance is. And it's a consistent, like they've been consistent with this greatness. If you check back in the day, even when Al Ahly was on fire, Esperance was still there. Al Ahly leona azuri ya chaba Sundowns. Ne chaba rulani mukwena. Ne sa chaba Sundowns.
Sure.
Ne ba chaba bo Pitso, ne ba sa chaba Sundowns. O level no. They're gonna play. It's gonna be a fake game. It's gonna be
rubbing their hands like Birdman on that vibe. What's happening?
Yeah, with that one, it's like, you know, when you give Man City Real Madrid or when you give Real Madrid Man City, bring them here.
Sure.
I mean, they are both big teams. They both respect each other, but they're like, let Allah. Give Al Ahly Pirates. You see headaches then.
Sure.
Because Pirates are better Al Ahly. You see, there's a difference between the two teams. With Sundowns, they're like, other teams fear Sundowns. Al Ahly doesn't fear Sundowns. Esperance doesn't fear Sundowns. But when it comes to Pirates, then it's a game down. Because Pirates can beat you away and home. That's the thing about Pirates. Sundowns, they can beat you home, then maybe draw away. So that's one time. So with Sundowns, I feel like if they get Esperance, then they should be scared. If they get Al Ahly, then there's a chance. There's a chance. They can get to the final and then hope that they find pyramids there and get their revenge. If they don't get their revenge, then I don't know.
You can't take 2 L's we final against
the same team.
Yes. Because that's also a mental game whenever you play them.
Then now it's child because that team won their first Champions League. Sure. Now they are winning their second Champions League. While you have one.
Before you can even get your second one.
And you got your
first one before them.
So that's my take. Why now? What's your take on the Sundowns CAF gym?
Look, I think I share almost the same views as you. In that if there's certain teams, if they come against them, it will be a bit tricky. But at the same time, I think the 2 wins they got now came at the right time. With all the doubters and everything, the players, whether we can say the coach is not doing that, but clearly the players are saying it doesn't do not. Don't disrespect us. We're still Sundowns, everyone. And for some odd reason, I think maybe the equality will start to show in AFCON, even if maybe it does not translate to the same in the league. But I think that, I mean, it's 2 games, man. It's 2 games, home and away, and you just need to prepare for those games and be on your best for those games. And I think at their best,
they can make it.
They can do something. So I give them a fighting chance. I think at a time when everyone was doubting them, they've just shown us who can do it. So I think they might just do something. It's unfortunate in a sense that if they go all the way, I know the Sundowns supporters will be angry. They'll be happy for their team, but they'll be angry because that means that Sukai also might even stay.
Yeah, long. Understand. And that's bad.
Yeah, well, for them, they don't want that. But honestly speaking, I think the quality that they have in players might just come through. I really do think it might come through. I mean, we saw the goal that the second goal against the Pirates. That was quality all round.
That pass.
From the striker and from
Moody.
So
that's why,
it just takes those few things against those teams and what the quality they showed and how I think the Pirates also had about 7 or 8 offsides. and with the Sundowns without having even one. So they showed that they can take care of teams even if they're not playing their best football.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
they can win. As long as they can win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, I think they're still there. I think there's something there. I think if they do make it through the quarters, then any team that they face should be scared of them.
Yeah, chances are high. Yeah.
Any team that faces them should be scared of them. But we'll see, man. Ngoba phela asizona izangoma, asiphonsa amathambo phansi. So esibone ukuthi ihamba kanjani. But now we're still on the topic of Champions League, but I want to move away from
Africa.
Singene
Europe much.
Let's fly to Europe. A lot happened this weekend. Obviously, the teams which did not make the top 8 were playing against each other this week, and there's been a lot of controversy surrounding Benfica, one of their players, and racism. Also, just a few comments which were made by Mourinho after the game. Like, what do you think, man? How do you think things like that should be dealt with in a game, especially in an instance where the referee was not close enough to hear what was said and nothing was caught on camera?
About that guy with racist comments.
But at the same time, like, what do you think referees or even FIFA, what do you think they should do in instances where a player comes to them and says, look, someone just called me a monkey or say whatever? Obviously, the referee would not have heard that person. But what steps, essentially, what should happen in those type of situations? Sure.
Because you never know if it's just mind games.
Sure.
Because now if I call you a monkey, are you a monkey?
No, obviously.
I know. No, look, I know it's offensive, ne?
Sure.
But are you a monkey?
Mm-hmm.
So now, why is it now a big thing? Okay, we understand it's a racist comment, yes, but that guy didn't say it like, yeah, this guy is a monkey.
We don't know what context he said it in.
Okay,
First and foremost, we don't know what context he said it in. But secondly, when it comes to issues of racism, do you think we need a context in any way? Because if you call someone a monkey, knowing what you're Argentinian, you're essentially white or Spanish, and he's black, and you know how it's going to be taken.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Okay, it's wrong. And obviously, if there's proof of that, then someone must be like, something must happen. Like something, like it's about ban or about suspend.
But that's the thing. I think that's why I want us to kind of discuss this a bit.
Yeah.
In a sense that if there's proof, how do you prove Vini got when the guy he was covering himself? But if we're going to say that without solid proof, we have to continue, does that not scapegoat the person, the perpetrator of those remarks? So does it not mean that any player can go to a black guy and say, hey, you're a N-word, and continue with life because he knows that
there's nothing that's going to happen?
Yeah, like, what measurements, what should be done? Should a team say, you know what, you're our player, regardless of whether these allegations are true or not, you're suspended or we're terminating? Do you think they should take that, or they just need to say, hey, look, we're protecting our player?
I don't think I'm sanctioning.
Sure.
Sanction him once.
Sure.
Once. It's not that I was really proof to say, give me number that. Now for number that. Obviously, we can't prove this person said that. So, meaning I can also accuse someone and say, yeah, demand na kola so it's nageli okara sabale. It's both ways. I can also accuse someone. I could be losing a game and be like, this guy called me a K-word or an N-word. I'm sorry. Which is not true.
But why would you think in that instance that you can accuse someone? I hear you, I hear the context that you're giving me. But in Vini's situation, he just scored golazo, like beautiful goal. He's happy. Why would he randomly accuse someone of
no, I understand.
calling him a monkey?
I don't think he's accusing. I don't think he's accusing someone. I just think like ke tricky tabai.
Sure.
Sure. Sharp ra tlhalwanya mthole le korile o kwatile bitsa ka manki. Wabo. Then sharp then okay, arero o nyaka rireng, o nyaka go dira leng.
Action should be taken.
No.
Action should be taken.
What action? What action? What action? I want to understand. Was he fouled?
We've got a comment from our cameraman. Let's just maybe let him in on this one for a bit. On this topic, what are your views in respect of this topic, my brother?
I feel like any racist remark, it should be like a charge a crime.
You should charge a crime.
Yeah, like you should go to jail for saying something like.
Mara it's all jailing a proof, brother. So proof of or damano ite whatever I believe in. Can I not give it a fair?
You know how we can do that. Okay. Anyway, something out.
Okay, I wonder if there's proof, then Tanzabam sanction. If there's proof, then sanction.
Do you not also maybe look at it from another context in that that's Europe where this happened? And the majority of people there are obviously Europeans, white people. Yeah. And for the most part, they'll kind of try to protect each other. So do you not think that's also another issue? Would say if they keep quiet, it just looks like all the white people are saying it's okay for things like this to happen to the black players who grew up in Europe and the ones who are coming from abroad to play there. Is it not kind of saying this is okay behavior?
Yeah, it kind of is. You're not it's like that. Neither flopo proof.
How do you prove it?
Yeah,
that's
my only question.
So your last 2 cents on this issue. How does the footballing world move on from things like this? Like in terms of maybe your opinion.
Now we must say no to racism, guys. We are not in a racist. We are not in a racist. Why like we are playing the same sport. Now you come from Europe, you come from who? We are playing the same sport. Every day this guy is shining more than you. Why we're not so shiny even better? So basically what I would say is that about saying this sanction, I can't say players must play with mics, Mara, there must be sanctions put in place for racist remarks, racist comments, and so on. Yeah, and like the behavior that's Morocco, the goalkeeper. You see such behaviors.
Sure.
Once you let those slide, I feel like you let everything else slide. Now people think it's normal for them to do anything.
I hear you.
So when because
I feel like it's a very slippery, it's a sensitive topic.
Yeah.
And a slippery slope. In a sense that, like you said, there's no proof. If there is proof, good shot. If there isn't, and then you take action against someone, and then maybe at a later stage you find out that they didn't say what was said, then how do you go about it? And how do you also reverse? Because the public will also have opinions. The public will see this guy playing in stadiums. They'll possibly boo him. They'll see him in on the streets, they'll boo him, and you know how soccer supporters can be. Some other are called even hooligans. So it's a tricky one in a sense that if you don't take action, it's like you're saying this thing should continue. But if you do take action and for whatever reason it happens that the allegations were wrong, then how do you deal with it after that? Because you can never bring back. You see the hate that people have towards you,
you can't change that.
And possibly with footballers, sometimes they even come to your house, throw objects at your house. So that's how it is in Europe. It's not the same. And we don't know where Abu Zwani live in South Africa, but Pesha, they'll go to your house, then they'll be outside your house. So it's one of those tricky things. I mean, ultimately, like you said, say no to racism. Yeah. No one wants to see racism in football and in any sports in general or outside here. And football, you'd like to look at it as one of those sports which brings all of us
to bring
together. So
together,
it's usually it's very unfortunate when things like that happen. It's just one of those. But I have one question to ask, and it's possibly a controversial one. But people have been asking, why is it always Vini who's in situations like this? Do you think that maybe he plays to it? Or do you think that people go for him because they know how sensitive he is?
Yeah, I feel like, okay, first, I feel like the spotlight is on him, right? So the spotlight has been on him because he's like one of the shining players on talent, like the shining stars of this generation. So with that, also he's from Brazil, so he has a lot of shoes to fill on talent, and he's like, I would say he's the first different Brazilian from the Brazilians that we are used to. So obviously all eyes are on him. Why is he like this? Why one talent? They're not sensitive, so that the near air. Also, you know when you show the media that you're sensitive, they're gonna always
they go for that thing.
Yeah. Renyaga, also all my chiefs, but it's sensitive. Renyaga my chiefs. Why is your battery eight? So yeah, na is your hargar, hanya fair. That's when you know you're gonna get a reaction out of him. He's already putting too much pressure on himself. Yeah, I'm black. There are a lot of other black players playing. Relax. Pressure, already pressure you mucha. I'm sorry, especially if he doesn't score, so it's like there's a lot going on around Vini's life, because he was shining there by Real Madrid. He was the only star player. Now, so I feel like sensitive I'm sorry, must just
tone it down.
Yeah,
obviously, we're not condoning racism at all.
Yeah,
we're not saying that if people experience racism, you shouldn't talk out. But I hear what you.
Yeah,
I hear what you're saying.
Sensitive, because like you're playing in the biggest team in the world. I could say, because 15 Champions League.
And any little thing you do will obviously have a reaction.
Anything. I mean, even if Mbappe doesn't score in the game, Mbappe. When you are playing in the biggest team in the world, like everyone watches that team, bro. I'm sorry. Even the haters, even the people that don't know football, they'll just say, let me just watch Real Madrid because it's Real Madrid. So you must also know where you are. What position you are in. It's like Yamal, Tomo Balabala, Ariana, Anyake Morudala Barcelona, and again, a star player. You understand? It's a thing. You must now man up. You are the leader.
That it comes with the fact that you're playing for the team that you are.
I mean,
you're as big as you are as well.
Ronaldo is 41 years old and is still getting criticized, but he's playing in Saudi. Nah. So you must clean, you must man up.
But how do you clean to racism remarks?
Okay, yeah. I can't say you must clean to racism remarks, Mara, you must clean in a sense of being sensitive to the media. I'm sorry. Racism, I understand. When you are in Europe, there's a lot of white people, and then now the racism, I understand. Me, I can't say a lot because I'm in Africa. We are here, so we don't care. But that side, so it's like a thing. How
what happens when you put things in here? Because you can be like tough, like you see on social media or somebody says something, you just keep going. How would you dare the coin trying to take they throw something heavy?
No, then sanctions must be put in place.
If you don't do nothing, they will be like, okay, now we can accept.
Yeah, no. Sanctions must be put in place. Something must happen.
Because this thing of racism, and it's tricky. I want to touch on something which happened, like the game itself. Vini scores a goal. He goes and celebrates. The referee gives him a yellow card.
For what? Only the skipper.
Sexual like
anti-skipper.
No, he literally just went and danced by the flag. And when you listen to Mourinho's comments after the game, he was saying that the reason, what could have led to the racism is because he celebrated the way he did in Benfica Stadium. But my thing is, how many times have we seen about Ronaldinho back in the day score a goal and go and celebrate by the corner flag?
So you're not supposed to celebrate?
How many times have we seen it from Neymar? Mourinho himself is the biggest person who, as coach, when he beats you away, he doesn't mind going to the whole stadium doing this. So how is it that coaches like him are saying that you shouldn't celebrate because you're antagonizing the supporters, you're antagonizing the team? Does it mean that then it's right for racism, I mean, does it mean that it's right to then be racist to a person? Also, with a referee, why are you giving this guy a yellow card for dancing?
Yeah.
When we've seen it so many times in so many games.
Yeah.
I mean, Cunha, whenever he scores for United, he's got a celebration. We've seen it a lot.
There's a lot of celebrations.
Exactly.
Everyone has their own unique celebration.
So do you not think that there's bits of maybe, I don't want to say racism, but maybe everyone, including refs, and the other players, always have this thing of when it comes to Vini, we know Buti, he's the way he is. Maybe he's trying to push us, and that's why maybe the ref goes and then gives him a yellow card. That's why Mourinho says what he's saying. Because I was very perplexed when I heard Mourinho say what he said. It sounded like he was trying to justify why they were being racist to Vini. And you just think, Mourinho, who's had so many black players under him, played in so many countries, he antagonizes each and every stadium he goes to. If he doesn't like the stadium, he's going to make sure that the people know
that he doesn't like the stadium.
And that's never led to racism against him. So why is it right when it happens to Vini?
Okay, when you mentioned that he got a yellow card for celebrating, then it almost seems like even the referees now was condoning that whole behavior, looking sharp. Yeah, yellow card. Motseng velo hore one time it's like waba push or if you look at the yellow card, wabon mind busy what tense one time like
sure.
That now it's like a red flag now. It's like, okay, you find your worry, you guys trying to say you're pushing racism or now it's red flags.
But I hear you. But anyways, I think let's maybe tone it down a bit on racism. It's obviously a topic which we can speak all day on.
Yeah, I guess
we do hope that action will be taken. We don't know what action that could be, but that action will be taken against the responsible player, and that hopefully we don't see much of this going forward. But in terms of the football, second leg between these two teams, obviously there's gonna be a lot of, it's gonna be very heated.
Yeah, they're by Spain.
So how do you see this game going forward? Because Mourinho, we know he can also set up his team to frustrate Madrid, especially with all that's happened now. Do you think Madrid has it in them to obviously see out the win that they need to see out and go through to the knockout, to the next round of the Champions League, or do you think that the emotions might be too high in the next game and that could affect the whole?
I feel like with it being like a match of this caliber and at this stage, with Real Madrid having the advantage, I feel like Real Madrid have a chance of sealing it, you see, because they're playing home now. Those miracles that happened, they didn't happen in Spain. They happened in Benfica, right?
Sure, yeah.
That time. Yes, Tuesday they were in Benfica. That's where they lost, right? Sure. So I don't think in the Bernabeu there's a lot that can happen like that. I feel like Real Madrid, since they are also favorites of the competition favors them. So I don't think they will just lose in a match that they've been winning unless it's a different Champions League, this one.
And from the other teams that have played this week, which ones do you see going through to the next phase with Madrid to go and face the top eight that's currently there?
We have a dark horse in the Champions League. But it's like a Bodo. Bodo, G limit. Inter Milan 3-1.
And I've heard people saying that they play on AstroTurf, and apparently it's very difficult to be playing on AstroTurf when people are used to normal grass. So you think they're one of those teams we can look at and say, you know what, don't sleep on these guys. Anything can happen.
They are a dark horse. They already beat Atletico, Man City, now
Inter Milan.
And those were their last.
Atletico, Inter, in terms of defending and shutting shop, we know what those guys are very good with that.
So, and now they beat them convincingly. Not already it was a lie. 3-1.
You don't think Inter can come back in their
at San Siro?
Yeah,
they might come back. Mara, this team, my G, it's a problem.
So
Inter Milan, I can't happy Fundy 1-1. They can come back, but
Sure.
they might not come back. You never know.
So I guess in this one you're putting your eggs on.
Yeah, I would
on
like that team to progress because I feel like they will cause problems where we're going.
Sure.
They might find the Arsenal there, surprise them, and we're like, hey, what's going on?
Sure,
Understand?
sure.
Then,
And
like,
I'm sure it would be the perfect time to play Arsenal
one time.
with the way things are just
Yeah, it will be
happening currently.
So I can see the Champions League being interesting. Imagine if they go all the way to the semi-finals.
And you saw Galatasaray.
Galatasaray is also on fire.
You saw what they did.
They're busy there with Juventus. They're teaching them how to play soccer.
Because I'm wondering, is it because Galatasaray is very good, or is it Juventus just?
No. Yeah. Galatasaray has a lot of good players.
Good players. I mean,
if you check, they have a lot of good players, and they are good overall. They are good. Like I've seen them play in the Champions League this season. They are good. Like they play very enterprising football.
Sure.
Juventus, formatting, we're not sure. We are in the league. They're on fire. But
Champions League, they're finding it a bit difficult
it's
to
very
play
difficult for them.
Sure.
They are out. Galatasaray is flying. That team, yo. I know. Give a fama to our
I think they've done well, man.
Newcastle, like I'm 6-1. I feel like,
And then they're doing a good job, Newcastle, because even though they're not playing well in the league, if they continue to do well, it guarantees a fifth spot for one of the teams in England to make it into the Champions League.
Nice.
And obviously, the top four is a bit tricky
then at least there's number 5.
Sure. And going in Manchester with Premier League, Spooky game is all. Arsenal just did what an Arsenal did.
They were artists yesterday.
Bottled a 2-0 a 2-0 lead against the bottom team of the league. A team which actually doesn't have much to play for, because I don't even think they've got a chance of making it out of relegation. Their points are so low.
They are low.
So how do you feel, man? Do you think it just speaks to the Arsenal that we've always known? Mentally, they're just maybe not there. And how do you think it affects them going forward? Because if Man City wins their game, I think they're playing that before Arsenal this weekend. If they win their game, it's now 3 points.
Yeah.
3-point game with a game in hand on top of that. So how do you see Arsenal moving going forward?
Arsenal ba re sign league ba re sign contract le Netflix. O tla bona next season.
Coming next season. So
the Bottlers FC they've bottled it once again. 2 draws in 2 games. So they've lost now 4 points out of 6.
And two wins in 7 games, in their last 7 games.
Now when you put it in
not
now,
playing like a team which is
dominant now,
trying to
win
take
the Premier League. I'm sorry. They fumbled. Even Pep said it that if I can't stop Arsenal, Mikel Arteta will. So it's already showing. But they did say that Arsenal doesn't have a player Arsenal, I think.
Like a star player.
Like a star player. So it's game. If you guys can't do it,
I'll do it myself. Sure.
I think player. How about you? I saw yesterday the keeper and the defender. They're trying to
for the same ball, no communication. My ball,
last minute, we are panicking when you wanna be the champions, but you are panicking.
And something which I saw before that goal happened. Trossard was down for like 3-4 minutes. People I've seen even online, people don't believe that he was actually injured. They think that they were trying to waste time, and then the 4th minute when they play, they go and score the other side. So it comes back to what's the point of wasting time if you can't even defend and see out this win in this last few minutes that you guys have. And obviously that speaks to the mental side of that team. Do they really have it in them
I don't think so.
Sure.
I don't think so. I don't think they have it yet. Because if now they are failing to win these small games, these Leeds United, Wolves. I mean, these are the crucial games. These are the games that Man United win.
Sure.
They won this game. That's why they're number 4. Even though they didn't have a good start. But for the fact that they're beating Leeds, it's not a small team. Because Liverpool or draw. Then now if you're already drawing with the small teams, then the big teams, what are you expecting?
And the next 2 games are against Tottenham
and Chelsea
with a new coach that's sitting close to relegation. So they obviously want to fight to make sure that they don't get closer to relegation. And then it's Chelsea as well. So do you think that by the end of that game week against Chelsea, we could be looking at Manchester City sitting at number 1?
It could, because I looked at the log and I was like, Chelsea, Arsenal, they fumbled these 2 easy games. Now they have 2, I won't say hard games, but challenging games because you don't know what you're facing on the day.
Sure.
Facing a Tottenham, new coach, their form it's fluctuating. Their form in the Champions League is high, like they're performing in the league, they are bad, so you don't know what to expect. Might just come there and surprise you. Playing Chelsea. Chelsea's also, you don't know. On a good day, they can beat you. They've beaten PSG, they've beaten big teams before. They might just beat the Butlers FC. So it's tough. I feel like after those 2 games, now we will tell.
We'll have an idea of whether Arsenal...
Yeah. And once Man City gets to that first place, it's going to be hard.
The way I see it, you see the game last night, I'm sure the Man City team were licking their lips.
Yeah.
With that result, they're probably telling themselves, you know what, we'll take it from here. Let's show you guys how things are done.
Because now, if they close the gap, it's 2 points, right? More 2 points in here, we are playing Arsenal.
And they've got a game in hand. Don't forget that they've got a game in hand.
That's what I'm trying to say. And we are playing them. That's another thing. We are playing them. We are not done. So by the time, even if it's still 2 points, we're going to play them, then and we're still going to have a game in hand. Then once I don't want to say that, but why won? It's a mega level thing. It's a thing. We're taking it this one.
I know. With that being said, let's hope that the next time we sit down for a conversation, we'll have a lot of good football to discuss. Hopefully there'll be some changes, whether good or bad, depending on who you support. But hopefully there'll be changes to the logs and how teams are sitting. But for now, we'd just like to say bye to our viewers and thank you guys for continuing to support us. Hope to see you guys again soon. Love and peace.
As that.